Okay, so this one is probably going to be one that's tough because I haven't even landed on this joint yet.
I know, right? We literally just hit record.
Just to jump right in, you got the Rush Hour franchise versus the Bad Boys franchise.
But specifically the first two movies.
Like
Bad Boys 1 and 2 versus Rush Hour 1 and 2. And honestly, at first I was like, all right, this is going to be easy. Then I'm like, dang, there's not one that I can pick.
First we got Rush Hour. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan. Them two, Chris Tucker wasn't supposed to have movie chemistry with Jackie Chan. He was supposed to build it throughout the film. You know what I mean? Like he didn't know, he couldn't even understand him in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he ended up being like their chemistry was on a different level in that joint.
It was a perfect contrast between somebody that was a detective in Hong Kong versus somebody who was LAPD.
Yeah,
trying to become
almost like a Beverly Hills Cop meets, you know what I'm saying, one of the foreign films.
It was bound to be funny. Bad Boys.
Martin from The Martin Show. Will coming off of Independence Day and Fresh Prince.
Yeah. You start off and they're already like the best of like brothers. Like it's so much.
We don't gotta learn. They didn't have to learn each other.
They didn't have to learn. You felt like they had been working together for 10 years already.
And the chemistry between Martin and Will Smith goes without saying. Like, their chemistry was perfect.
Yeah. And honestly,
they were the perfect A and B.
Bad Boys introduced us to Mike Lowrey. And Mike Lowrey, I said it before in another video, is the coolest cop to be on film. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I disagree.
Cooler than Shaft.
He's not
cooler than all of them, bro. Everybody know, like, if you got an apartment and you got a little one bedroom, that's the, we talk about it at work all the time. That's the Mike Lowrey. Everybody, rappers don't refer to Shaft. Rappers refer to Mike Lowrey.
I still think Denzel Washington in Training Day is the coolest cop ever to me. I feel like if he show up, I'm like,
Mike Lowrey giving Lonzo that work with the hands and the guns.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't like when you say stuff like that, bro. No, the hell he's not.
Why he's not? Why is he not,
bro?
Okay, this is my thing. Mike Lowrey pulled up in a Porsche, had baddies.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? In the second movie, he had Gabrielle Union when she was in her prime.
Lonzo had the Spanish Eva Mendes in there topless with the kid in there with the Monte Carlo outside that was The Office.
And with the shotty under the bed. But honestly, when I thought about this topic, I was like, all right, Bad Boys definitely. But you cannot just say that because of how good Rush Hour, not only Rush Hour 1, but Rush Hour 2 was, bro.
It's like I thought about how good Bad Boys was, and I'm like, all right, Bad Boys. And then I started thinking about how good Rush Hour was, and I'm like, all right, Rush Hour. You know what it comes down to? Which one had a better second film?
I think Rush Hour had a better second film.
Rush Hour.
No, Bad Boys 2 was so good, bro. It was just so much that went down.
But then again, I think Chris Tucker was hilarious in the second.
And the first
second Rush Hour. And then Jackie Chan was seasoned. Their chemistry carried on.
Yeah, they went to...
The first Rush Hour is better than the first Bad Boys. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way.
I didn't say that.
So that's what I think.
Hold on. What happened in the first Rush Hour?
The first Rush Hour was Sue Young.
$50 million? He think he get out of Chelsea? Yeah. Bad Boys 1 was so good, bro. You cannot just say that. Bad Boys 1.
I thought...
Terrance, Bad Boys 1. You start with the girl with the dog, and Mike Lowrey was really Marcus, but Marcus was acting like Mike.
Damn, them two movies are too
good, bro. Rush Hour 2 was when they had to deal with, was it Juntao?
Juntao was number 1.
Okay, the second one was the young chick from, what's the girl name from Kill Bill?
She wasn't in that. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I'm not even talking about her.
But she's one of my favorite Chinese actresses ever.
The woman that played
Grandmaster. Hey, anybody seen House of Flying Daggers?
The woman that played Isabella in Rush Hour 2 that Chris Tucker was trying to get the whole time.
Oh yeah, she was fine.
She was fine as hell.
She like a mix of like Lisa Ray and Selena.
Yeah. But the best thing about Rush Hour 2
that was terrible.
Was think about it. Rush Hour 1 was in LAPD. Was in LA, wasn't it? Like it was in
Rush
LA.
Hour 1 was in LA.
He came to LA, but Rush Hour 2, they went to Hong Kong. Maybe like I'm trying to get some Mushu.
Yeah. Okay, so bet if one of these has to go, if we have to pick.
Oh my goodness, bro. This is just stupid. If you get rid of Bad Boys, then you get rid of
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
You get rid of just that. If you get rid of Rush Hour, you're getting rid of
Jackie Chan in
Jackie
the
Channing.
US.
And think about it. That's a tandem that people have tried to emulate over the years. Like the black cop and the weird guy. Not saying that everybody try to do that type of film, but that's still spawned a lot of spinoffs.
Yeah, you're right. Bad Boys 2 to me is something that can't be replaced though. if we really wanted to remake a Rush Hour, I don't know if we can do that again either.
We can redo Bad Boys. We can't redo Rush Hour.
Because we don't have a Jackie Chan. We don't got a Jackie Chan.
What are we going to get? Timothy De La Ghetto and DC Youngfly. No.
I saw that and I was like, please don't.
Chris Tucker in that time period, he was fresh. That was between the Money Talks, post Friday, but only a couple years.
Prime time Chris Tucker in Rush Hour 1.
But we have to I would get rid of Rush Hour. I love the Bad Boys series too much. And honestly,
I can't pick. This gonna be a video that y'all gonna have to pick for us.
Out of the 4, Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, what was the best film out of the 4?
Rush Hour 1.
You think Rush Hour 1 beats all of them?
Oh my goodness, it might be Bad Boys 1. Bad Boys 2 actually might be the best film, bro. You could tell where the money went.
The best thing about Bad Boys 2 is when Marcus' daughter went on a date. That's one of the most memorable scenes where Will Smith came and...
Too many memorable scenes in Bad Boys 2. I'm going to probably rank Bad Boys 2 number 1, and I'm going to go Rush Hour 1.
Number 2?
Number 2, then Rush Hour 2.
Number 3, and then what?
I really like Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 2 going to be the one that will happen.
Rush Hour 2 will probably place
last. What actor do you think had the best...
Will Smith.
Profit off of
the franchise?
Both movies.
Will Smith. Will Smith. Michael Bay said it. The shot in the beginning, the shot in the first Bad Boys, where Will Smith is running with the burgundy shirt open with the guns.
It was a green shirt.
Or whatever. Turned him into a star. He said that shot made him a movie star.
Yeah.
And honestly, Will Smith took off after that.
But I also feel like Rush Hour, stepping away from Friday, is Chris Tucker's all-time best.
Yeah, but he had Money Talks. He had Dead Presidents.
None of which were better than Rush Hour
for
a Chris Tucker performance.
But Chris Tucker was big pieces of the Money Talks.
Did he do Money Talks after Rush Hour or before? Because that's very important. Because if he did it after, then that means Rush Hour could have led to him getting those.
Money Talks came out in 1997. Rush Hour came out in 1998. So it was only a year apart. But I think Will Smith had the best come out because think about it. Chris Tucker was already in his prime, bro.
Okay.
Chris Tucker now is like the retired, wasn't his prime guy. Will Smith is too.
I don't know. I don't know if Will Smith had the best turnout. You know who probably had the best turnout? Martin. Martin probably had the best turnout because he did a ton of movies after that.
Yeah, Martin did a ton of movies. He did Blue Streak, Big Mama's House.
Bad Boys set the mark for Martin Lawrence, the actor.
Really
yes.
did.
Think about it. Martin was the comedy of the Bad Boys series.
Yeah.
Bad Boys does not work without Marcus Burnett.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm very scared for Bad Boys for Life coming out soon. Because
yeah, man, I was thinking about that too.
Martin, I'm very confident in Martin, but I do know that I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's getting old. They getting older, so I'm
afraid it's gonna be like when Mariah Carey sang like that Christmas joint, and we was like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah,
because it's just been a minute. She can still sing, but she just had a bad showing after a long hiatus. When you have a bad showing after...
We saw exactly what happens with taking a long hiatus and trying to come back with Rush Hour 3. It wasn't that as good.
Rush Hour 3 didn't work, and y'all might run the risk of pulling that. But guess what? Do you think Bad Boys for Life is going to be better than Rush Hour 3?
I hope. For the sake of 2019. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time period. People are way more harsh with criticism. But Rush Hour 3, you just felt Chris Tucker getting older. You felt Jackie Chan getting a little older. And honestly, never mind.
Jackie Chan ain't never gotten older.
Jackie Chan getting old and still kicking motherfuckers off the roof.
Chris Tucker is the one who started getting a little old.
Yeah, and it started getting a little...
It just started to seem like he would be getting his ass whooped.
The writing started to suffer as well. Put in the comments what y'all think.
This was a tough one.
We didn't even pick.
We're not picking.
Because it's just too tough. But if you had to get rid of one of these series, or one of the 2 first movies, Rush Hour 1 and 2, or Bad Boys 1 and 2, which one is it going to be for you?
Poll gonna be right here. Go ahead and make your selection on which one you would get rid of. Follow us on the socials. They're gonna be right here. MalloryBros Season 2 merch is in the description.
Bad Boys for Life, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. It's gonna be the 3rd film that comes out on January the 17th next year.
Next year, 2020.
We got some time for that, but you know, I think this was a cool convo. Put in the comments other shit y'all want us to do. By the time you probably hear Bruce Wayne. I already know what that means, dog. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, nah.